called to do things, and it doesn't always have to be YouTube. Some people are called to be a doctor, some people are called to be a nurse. Just like any other thing, I truly believe that YouTube is a calling. I feel like if you get an urge to make a YouTube channel and make YouTube videos, it's because God believes you have something valuable to tell the world. You have something valuable in your story. You have a message that someone needs to hear. I don't think that it's random. It's not something that you force, it's just something that you feel. You'll hear a lot of YouTubers on here tell you that you have to have a why. There has to be a reason that you're doing YouTube, and I think over time I have forgotten my why. So I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and I've just been like, I gotta get this off my chest, and then hopefully me getting it off my chest will help another creator who needs motivation to keep going. My biggest reason for doing YouTube back when I was 21 and had nothing to lose was that I wanted to inspire people who were the same age as me. I wanted to inspire other people who were in their 20s and had aspirations, whether they be educational aspirations, career aspirations, YouTube aspirations. I wanted to inspire people to basically become the best version of themselves, whatever that looks like. A lot of my journey of trying to become the best version of myself included education, and a lot of my career aspirations have been focused on healthcare. So naturally, I feel like my channel kind of drifted over into a space where people who had healthcare aspirations came to get advice and clarity on their journey, and maybe advice on next steps that they should take. And now I've reached a place where my career path has not been a straight line. It has been very, very bumpy with some gaps in the road, and because my career has been bumpy, it kind of has embedded this insecurity in me. YouTube is not the place for perfection. YouTube is quite literally the place where people relate the most to imperfection, because nobody's journey, no matter how it looks on screen, is perfect. If you had one piece of advice for young people, what would your one piece of advice be?
Don't have no kids.
When I started YouTube, I was in a completely different space in my life. I was in my senior year of college. I really felt like I had the world at my fingertips. I felt like I had a whirlwind of opportunities, plenty of time to, you know, make the world my oyster. Everything just felt like it was gonna fall into place. I had just gotten a job. Like, as a college student about to graduate, I felt like I had so many things to look forward to and so many different things to talk about. Back then I was 21, and now I'm sitting here 24. I've had my YouTube channel for about 3 years now, and I'm in a completely different place. YouTube has been amazing for me because in the beginning I had, like I said, so much confidence. It has helped me build so much confidence in myself. I mean, it feels like there's literally nothing more cringy that you can do besides promoting your channel on other social media platforms where other people know you. I'm talking Instagram, I'm talking Facebook, where, I mean, your family is on there and your grandma is like commenting on your video post. There is nothing more cringy that you can do besides that. So by nature, you have to be a pretty freaking confident individual to have a YouTube channel, to decide I'm gonna put my all into this, and I don't care who sees, I don't care who has something bad to say about it, I don't care who talks about me behind closed doors, I don't care who's tracking my progress. You have to be pretty freaking confident to do that. So YouTube has helped me build my confidence tremendously. Ultimately, has taught me how to go after what I want regardless of what people think. That is one of the most powerful things you can gain from YouTube. It's something that you take with you even outside of YouTube. You're more confident going into job interviews. You're more confident going into conversations with your friends, conversations with your family. Take that camera into Walmart and walk around with it in the air and see how confident you feel after you walk out. Whenever you reach that level of confidence to where you can do these things, where you feel like people might be judging you and you still don't care, That is a level of confidence that is undescribable. When I was 21 and I started my YouTube channel, it was so small. So it was easy for me to put everything into this thing. I mean, I felt like even with YouTube, I had everything to gain and nothing to lose from just pouring all of my energy into it. Over time, as I started growing my channel and I was seeing the growth, you know, you hit 200 subscribers, then you hit 500, then you hit 1,000, and then you become monetized. Thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. And hopefully we can keep growing together. Hopefully you guys will keep growing with me even after this video. Over time, it just becomes difficult because you feel like the more subscribers you get or the more views you get, you kind of place this internal pressure on yourself to make the right videos, to edit the right way. Not saying that anybody in the audience or anything is putting any pressure on you. It's just the internal pressure of being a creator and thinking you have to make the right video, create the perfect thumbnail so people will click, not be too chatty or people will get bored and click off, have enough B-roll footage so that people stay engaged throughout the video. Why are they so expensive, child? Just to cut a straight line. And I think sometimes you can get caught up in wanting other people's stamp of approval so bad, whether it be friends, family members, or most of the time it's, you know, the people, your audience who are watching your YouTube videos. You know, you really want that validation. You want someone to recognize the work that you're putting in. Whenever you are a creator and maybe you don't feel like you're on the same level as you should be for how much time you've been putting in, it can be really hard to compartmentalize that, and it can have a big effect on your mental and in turn cause you to forget why you started it in the first place. What I've learned is that I feel like I have to be in control. Another way that this YouTube channel has changed my life is it's allowed me to become more self-aware. In no other space do I feel like I would ever be sitting here coping or trying to come to terms with the fact that I am a little bit of a control freak. That I like to be in control to some degree. I do kind of freak out whenever things happen that are out of my control. YouTube has just been the thing that has made me notice it the most. I think when you are a content creator, when you are a YouTuber, you have to come to terms with the fact that you have no control over whether or not people are gonna like your video. You have no control over whether or not your video is gonna go viral. You have no control over whether or not people are gonna comment on your video, share your video, whether or not people are even gonna click on it. You have literally zero control. And if they do click on it, you have zero control on whether they watch it all the way through the whole 15 minutes or whether they cut it off before the first minute is over. I think that's such an internal struggle whenever you kind of feel responsible for that. So you're like, okay, people didn't like this video, so I need to do this, I need to change this. What do I need to do in order to get them to like it? But once you come to terms with the fact that you can't control whether or not somebody likes your video or not. I mean, you could put out the best gosh darn video that anybody has ever seen and somebody could still not like it. So once you relinquish that control, then you start to have more fun on YouTube, and then you don't get into a funk. So I am been going through it, y'all. I have just been let's rewind. Another way that YouTube has changed my life is YouTube has taught me to be patient. Typically, I'm a person who, whenever I decide to do something, whenever I decide that I want to take a next step towards a goal, I do it right then and there. And typically, I'm wanting to see those results quickly. And YouTube really has a way of humbling you and forcing you to sit back and wait, and forcing you to develop your craft, and forcing you to figure out ways to get better. I mean, YouTube is truly a grind. When people say it's a grind, YouTube is truly a grind. In order to reap the fruits of your labor, you have to be patient. You have to continue creating even when you feel like no one is watching. You have to fight through this phase where you feel like people don't care about what you're saying and you have to just keep going and keep posting anyway. That is the beautiful thing about YouTube. It has really truly taught me patience and taught me that things are not always going to happen on my time. I should always be relinquishing myself to God and allowing Him to set my pace. And I think sometimes I try to set my own pace or speed it up when God is trying to tell me to slow down. We still have some work we need to do, whether it be within myself or within my environment, before I can take you to that space. So that has changed my life in another way as well. Another way YouTube has changed my life is it has helped me inspire people in ways that I didn't even believe that I was truly capable of inspiring people in. Did I say that right? I don't know. I hope I did. When more people started to watch my channel and then people started to comment and ask for my input, ask for my advice on things, I just never thought that God would use me as a vessel in this way until He started to grow my channel and show me, look, this is what your input does. This is what your voice can do. I felt like He was essentially telling me, this is why you need to keep going. This is why I called you to start this channel in the first place. It's almost like I can be having the worst day ever and then one person can comment something on my channel and I'm like, wait, this is what I do this for. This is why I do this. I do this to help people. I do this to inspire people to become the best version of themselves while also becoming the best version of myself. So that's really, really cool to be in a spot where you feel like you can truly be a vessel and help others reach the goals that they have set for their lives as well. Anybody who is watching this video who has ever thought I should start a YouTube channel, or who has ever dreamed about starting a YouTube channel, or dreamed about what it would be like to be a YouTuber, or has had this undeniable urge, just this itch, it's like an itch that you can't get rid of, to start a YouTube channel, start today. You need to start today. Pick up your phone or pick up your camera if you have one and start filming. I truly feel like YouTube is something that I was called to do. We're called to do things, and it doesn't always have to be YouTube. Some people are called to be a doctor. Some people are called to be a nurse. Some people are called to be lawyers. Some people are called to be stay-at-home moms. Some people are called to be teachers. Just like any other thing, I truly believe that YouTube is a calling. I feel like if you get an urge to make a YouTube channel and make YouTube videos, I feel like it's because God believes you have something valuable to tell the world. You have something valuable in your story. You have a message that someone needs to hear. I don't think that it's random. I don't think that anybody can do it. I don't think that everyone is called to do it. It's not something that you force, it's just something that you feel. And maybe you have a message that you need to get out that not only will help somebody else, but is also set on your heart and set there for you to help yourself. For you to help yourself navigate through whatever stage you're going through in life. Content creators have a lot to gain from making YouTube videos, and I'm not talking about money. As a creator, whether you have 2 subscribers or 500,000, you'll be able to go back and look at this journey and look at those old YouTube videos that you made that you probably would cringe at now, and you get to see how far that you've come. You get to see how much work you've put in. You get to see the growth that has happened since your very first YouTube video, and regardless of if your channel blows up or not, you get to have a sense of pride in knowing that you did it and you did it for you. And the skills that you gain from starting this YouTube channel, the skills that you gain from editing those videos, the skills that you gain from talking to people online, those are gonna go with you forever. And nobody can take that away from you, homegirl. No one can take that away from you. So, cheers to us diving into our YouTube videos and operating with the mindset of having nothing to lose and everything to gain. Here's to us moving forward with a mindset of growth and inspiration instead of focusing on things and parameters that we cannot control. Instead of focusing on how many subscribers that we have, how many likes we got on a certain video, whether or not people are clicking on our video. Here's to us focusing not on the destination, but on the journey. Here's to us doing what we were called to do, unapologetically, kicking ass at it. And I hope you start your YouTube channel today. And if you already have a YouTube channel that you're working on, I pray that you keep the creative motivation and the inspiration to keep going regardless of where you end up or regardless of what's happening right now in this moment. I'll see you in the next video. XOXO, Aniyah.